In this week, in our ENT hospital, we operated 25 patients and out of them 22 are mucormycosis. In them, in 2 patients, we removed the eyeball, in 5 patients, we removed the jawbones. Earlier, in the last 20 years, we used to see around 5 to 10 patients every year, and in one day in this week, we declined 14 patients because they are having advanced disease and they are not amenable for cure with the surgery as well as medical treatment. This mucor is a type of fungus which is present everywhere in this environment, and its seeds are flying in the air. When we breathe the air into the nose, from the nose to the lungs, the nose filters these seeds and they stay on the skin inside the nose. From there, if the immunity is low, the seeds can germinate and then they can spread into the tissues of the nose, from there to the eye, from there to the jawbone, from there to the brain. When they reach the brain, the patient will lose consciousness, he may get paralysis and inevitably death comes. Generally, this black fungus affects the patients who are immunosuppressed with the anti-cancer drugs or long term steroids, means steroids in months duration, and those who have underwent kidney transplant or liver transplant or heart transplant and receiving the immunosuppressant drugs, those who are having something like a rheumatoid arthritis which require long term steroids. These patients are at risk. In addition to them, the diabetes mellitus or the so called sugar disease, which also reduces the immunity, and thereby all these patients will have a risk of mucormycosis. The COVID-19 disease, the virus affects the immunity of the individuals, and if they have the above diseases and they got the COVID, they are at more vulnerable because both the factors will reduce the immunity further low, and at very low immune status, the mucor can enter the nose and reach the eye, jawbone and brain. Hence, this becomes a deadly disease. The deadliness of this disease depends on the immunity. If the immunity of the individual is very low, this becomes more deadly. So, if 2 factors are causing the low immunity, the mucor becomes more deadly. Among the post-COVID mucormycosis patients, 98% are diabetics, and the uncontrolled diabetes patients will have more grave disease and more risk to their life. In the initial 1 to 2 days, the symptoms of the black fungus and common cold are similar, like nasal discharge, nose block, mild fever, minimal headache. But very soon, the symptoms worsen very badly, and mostly the pain or headache, eye pain, jaw pain, toothache all become very severe, so much that they have never experienced this kind of severity of pain, and this pain does not get relieved by the common painkillers. That kind of pain is the typical complaint or feature of black fungus. The first thing is you must consult an ENT doctor as early as possible. Ideally, he should do a nasal endoscopy and he will look for the black fungus. The moment you look at the black fungus, we have to start the treatment for the black fungus, the medical treatment. And at the same time, you can take out little material from the nose and do the lab test to confirm the diagnosis. You may have to do the CT scan of the nose, CT scan of the eye, sometimes MRI scan if the extension of the disease is to the jawbone or to the eye or to the brain. The gold standard treatment for this black fungus is injection amphotericin B in graded dosage and an extensive complete surgical removal of the entire diseased parts or parts affected by the black fungus. This can be done endoscopically most of the times. If the eye is involved, you have to remove the eye. If the jawbone is involved, you have to remove the jawbone sometimes. After the surgery also, they require regular debridements of the affected parts and further medical treatment. Many times it is at least 20 days and sometimes even up to 40 days. Posaconazole is another alternate medication, but it has to be used as an adjuvant to the amphotericin B injection. Isavuconazole sometimes can be used as an alternate to the amphotericin B, but the long term studies of isavuconazole are not available.